Good morning and welcome to week 13. We are almost done. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Today will be our kind of a one and done this week. I do not have office hours on Wednesday, and Thursday is Thanksgiving. Friday we are off, so obviously there are no office hours. And so we come back on Monday. Monday is when the first draft of the Essay 4 about social media is due. You have 4 choices in the prompts of which one to do. So just choose one. Hopefully your annotated bibliography will kind of match up with some of the research for that. If you need to find other articles, that's no problem at all. A couple of you didn't research for social media for the annotated bibliography. That seems to me like it was a waste of time because we are having to use social media in that, and that's how it was explained. But whatever you chose to do. So those of you who did not research specifically for Essay 4, the ones on social media, make sure that you use 4 credible sources about social media. Okay? All the annotated bibliographies were graded. Where the points were missed are on citations. Still working on those. Many of you, though, are getting a hang of it. A few of you didn't give me 4. Not sure why. Those cost you quite a bit of points and things like that. And a couple of you did it just wrong. I'm not sure why. But if you can let me know, please. I'll be back next Monday. And so I know I have appointments already set up for some students in this class for the week of the 27th. So if you want to come see me, please do. There are still 4 people in this class that have below a C. And I would suggest, if you are one of them, to try to sit down with me and discuss the grade and kind of see what type of revisions are necessary. Basically, the answer is to revise the essays, because most likely the essay grades are the cause of you having below a C. A couple of you really stopped doing homework, things like that. So for this week, do next Monday in the discussion board, and then you'll have until Wednesday to do the peer review, and then Saturday. So it's a short week next week. Short week this week too. You'll have a short week to write after the peer review. Okay, so just kind of keep that in mind. Do Sunday, December 3rd is Essay 4. Culture of social media, an analysis of social media. It has to be 6 pages long, so make sure you get on to page 7. Really work for that. 4 credible sources. You have to have 4 sources. There has to be 4 different sources in the essay, and they need to be credible. They probably should be peer-reviewed, basically from Academic Search Complete. Okay? Don't go to a Google website.
Here's what I found on...
And so good luck with that. Siri just went off on asking about something that was weird. And so you'll need 6 pages, in-text citations, 4 citations minimum on the works cited page. You can have a couple more. Remember this. The citations, it's not just like we have 4 different citations and then go on with life. Probably work with each citation, each source, at least a couple times. Okay, so there might be 8 sources, 8 quotations, 8 paraphrases. I would say in composition, we directly quote before we paraphrase, so you'll probably want 2 direct quotes for every 1 paraphrase. Just keep that in mind in composition. This is worth 150 points. If the paper is not correctly cited in MLA, it won't get a passing grade. That's the works cited page. If you did an annotated bibliography, I told you what's wrong with the works cited page. If you continuously use those sources, then you know how to do it. Okay? I have absolutely no problem with the week of the 27th, you send me your works cited page and say, can you take a look at this? What I will do, though, is not say this is how it should be done. I'm not going to correct them. I'm going to say to you, these are what's wrong. Here's how to, here's the how to plug it in. So I'll give you the formatting, which you already have. Okay, but I'm not going to tell you that, Smith, comma, John, period, quotation marks. This is what social media is, period, quotation marks. The journal in italics, and then VOL 7 NO period 2 2016 comma, all those commas, academic search complete, those kind of things. I'm not going to do it that way. I'll say to you, here's how to format it. Okay. All right, so choose one of these 4 prompts. You can play with them. The first one is, how does social media, or how do social media influence people's identities? How might Facebook impact the way individuals identify themselves according to gender, ethnicity, sexual orientation? How might social media stretch, reinforce, change identities? Something like that. Okay, something about identity based on social media. Number 2 is thinking about specific features on social media sites. Twitter last week went from 160 characters, 140 characters to 280 characters. You could have a whole essay about that. That would be an interesting essay, especially since it's very timely. Or how Facebook does likes, Snapchat, everything disappears. Any of that, okay? That's that number 2. Number 3 is what happens in social media when you die or when somebody else dies, and does the legacy pages work? What goes on there, and things like that. Can somebody essentially live forever in social media? And number 4 is think about the language of social media. A lot of you really kind of in the responses really like talking about the language of social media. That might be something that you would be interested in. Whether it be, is social media should it be grammatically correct? Talking about emojis, talking about, LOL, talking about the difference between face-to-face and social media. Any of those really work well. Okay, so all 4 of them are really garnered to the 4 different aspects of social media. If for some reason you want to write about social media and they don't fit in one of these 4 categories, email me today or tomorrow, okay, and I'll let you know if it works, and let me know, kind of what you're thinking. More than likely, you'll be able to do it as long as it's about social media. If you write an essay that's not about social media, it's wrong. It's not according to the prompt. You will not get a passing grade. You will get an F. You get a 0, and I'll say revise it. Okay? So most of you in the annotated bib address social media. But if you were one of them that did not address social media in the annotated bib, make sure that this essay is about social media. Otherwise, it's not going to be correct. Okay? Last thing is, people have asked me multiple times, can we use I? Can we use first person? The answer is this. Rhetorically, if it works, yes. More than likely, rhetorically, writing-wise, audience-wise, it's not going to work. All right? It's a research paper in this case. So I would try to write without using I. I would try to write this in third person. You might be able to write the opening paragraph in first person, maybe even the closing, but for the most part, the research and kind of talking about what actually happens is not going to be in first person. Okay, so best answer is try to write it in third person. All right, any questions? Just let me know. I will be available all week long as you're writing this. Probably not Thanksgiving, but it'll probably take me a few hours to get back with you and not immediately. Have a great week.